Hey y'all, welcome to the Style Chronicles. I wanted to do a little bit of a review on a MAC concealer. It is the MAC Select Moisture Cover, and I am the shade NC15. The reason for this review is I like to use the MAC Studio Fix concealer as my under eye concealer. It's not the only one I use. I also use Makeup Forever's full coverage concealer. But for years I have just gone to the Studio Fix concealer and used that. Now, anyone at MAC and a lot of other makeup artists or anybody familiar with MAC makeup will tell you that that is not a concealer you should use under your under eyes. Most MAC artists will cringe at the idea of you using the Studio Fix as a concealer under your eyes. It is very thick and it is full coverage, full coverage. So it is really meant to be used elsewhere on your skin for blemishes or those kinds of things. Now, I use it because I have such bad circles. It is the only thing that covers the way that I like, the way, so that it's seamless, like just flawless. You can't see my under eye circles. Because I get so much flack for using that under my under eyes, I thought, fine, I will try the other concealers that MAC suggests you use under the under eye, which are the Select Moisture Cover Concealer, as well as the Select Cover Up Concealer. Comes in a little tube. And there's another one, the Pro Longwear Concealer also. So what I did is I had one of the ladies at MAC give me some samples of those concealers in my skin tone. The only one I did not get was the MAC Select Cover Up, and that was because they did not have a tester out for that one. It had just been used up or something and they hadn't replaced it. So they didn't have a tester out for that one. So I could not get a sample, but that is next on my list because I know at some point I have used these concealers and I always go back to the Studio Fix in the pot. And when I get asked why, I honestly can't tell you. I cannot tell you why I don't use these because it was so long ago that I had tried them. So for that reason, I thought I would try them again and then give you an honest review about them, as well as now I will be able to tell you exactly why I use the Studio Fix and not the other ones that are suggested. So this is the Select Moisture Cover. It's meant for dry skin and under eye area, and it is exactly that. It is a very moisture rich concealer. Now, if you are extremely dry, I would suggest the Studio Sculpt concealer, which I love. I absolutely love that concealer. I love it under eyes and I love it on blemishes. However, I'm very oily, so it is not the best thing for me to use. It works well for me in the winter when there's no oil and humidity to combat with, but in the summer when I'm dealing with my oily skin and the humidity of Houston, it just rolls off my face. But if you can use that concealer, it is awesome. My mom actually uses the Studio Sculpt foundation and concealer under her eyes, and they always look great on her. I mean, she's got beautiful skin. It looks, flawless all the time. So this is great if you have dry skin. Now, for under eye areas, if you have just a little bit of a, dark circle, nothing, like you're the kind of person that could wear foundation and just, you're fine, you don't even like concealer, or you're barely at the dark circle stage, great concealer for that. Great, great, great. For someone like me who has very, and when I say very, I mean very, and I like this kind of a look where it is, you really cannot see the circle. This does not work for that. First of all, when you put it on, it applies so sheer. Even trying to build it up, it never builds up to the formulation of the Studio Fix. It never builds up to that opaque coverage that I like. So even with this on, I step back and I can see my dark circles. It really does not touch them. I mean, so now I can honestly say I don't like the Select Moisture Cover because it's too sheer for my under eye area. As well as because it is moisture cover, wears off very, very fast. And I guess I like my concealers a little bit more long wearing because they do roll off my face from the oil. So that is my review on this one, the NC15 Select Moisture Cover. If you have dry skin, I would suggest it. If not, and you have dark circles, it's not really, it's a great concealer, but just not the way I want to conceal, if that makes any sense. So stay tuned, and I'm going to review the Pro Longwear as well as the Select Moisture Cover when I get a sample of it, and I will show you the Studio Fix 2, and I plan on doing a little write-up with all of them on my blog in the near future, so if you just want one place where you can read about all of them, I will do that hopefully next week sometime. So that is that. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.